Alright, dudes, we're trying to mess with the settings a little bit, so we're gonna go ahead and switch over here. That would help. This would help. Okay. Yeah. He told me to change all kinds of things, so I'm going to look back. So much has changed. I should have 1080p though. Should be a setting. Do you have audio? 1080p is an option. 60 frames is not yet. I have to switch over to 10. Do I have audio? Okay, yeah, we have audio. Alrighty. Let me share this around. Alright, let me check everything before. Do I have audio? Yeah, I have that. Okay, I have so much going on. Alright, we're good here. Go here. Share the stream. Share. Facebook. Okay. Or use this for video capture devices. And that. Oh, that's not part of the audio. It's not showing up. Okay, I'm good. Golly. Share it there. Go on Instagram. Share it there. We'll make this work. Link. All right, we're almost set up here. Okay, they're getting. Let's go ahead and switch over to React. Eek 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 eek. All right, audio up here too.
Ever ever since joining. And most interestingly for Huhi, this is his first team all-pro that he just got this summer. It's the first time he crawled to the top of the support pool, and that was really cool to see.
And I remember in 2020 when I was on TSM as well, I thought him and Stixay in the bot lane were kind of insane. I think that they were kind of the best bot lane, and he wasn't even in the finals then. TSM obviously ended up winning that one, but even since 2020, I think when did he role swap? Was it 2019?
It was beginning of 2020.
Yeah, it was somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think it was the 2021 actually that he swapped to it, because then they had Keith McBrief support, and then they swapped Huhi in. Yeah, just a little.
Oh yeah, we're gonna change the quality of the video because it's not gonna. Let me do the 1080p. Try 720. Hopefully that works a little bit better.
He was really good ever since he swapped to support, and I think he's just kind of went on an upward trajectory from then. And then, obviously, if you have a really consistent and solid bot lane, it makes it pretty easy for your team to play. So it makes everyone in GG shine as well.
Very true. And like, it's funny because looking at
support your bot and mid, are you trying to get weird counter picks? There's a lot of things they could do. Both these guys love just slamming the blind jacks and kind of skill checking.
Just tab.
And saying, what are you going to play with the Rumble? Both of them had great Rumbles in the regular season. And so it does feel like to me, Licorice and Summit, something has to give in the top lane. It's possible that they trade back and forth, but more often than not, one guy gets the upper edge, and then, you know, there start being a mental battle going on there. So that's the matchup I'm most interested in to see. But obviously, the narrative is a lot about the support position and what was all on the line down there.
Yeah, and with so many picks that are flexed between both jungle and support, it leaves a lot of room for just things that can be in the cards folded behind both of these teams' visions. Now, Golden Guardians, I know a lot of them have been looking towards River to make a lot of plays, unpredictable plays, but if we have taken anything from this summer split, it is how ferocious Pyosik can be in the early stages of the game.
Yeah, I think that's matches up very well for both these players. I think River is, people call him a psychopath jungler, but they're usually actually pretty smart paths around the game plan and advancing that. It's not just like see hero, kill hero. I think Pyosik is actually the one who can get a little bit more coin flippy in like a skirmish, but both of them are very, very aggressive, very proactive. And so I seeing... oh, it's the last band. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. I was like, what the hell? So Triss Jace is gone. I like seeing that for APA taking off the board. That's a mirror matchup that people can play both sides of, but neither one usually seems to go his way against the better competition that we've seen so far. He struggled against Palafox that way, and so I do like taking that off and opting into more of his own champions.
Yeah, a lot of criticism being thrown APA's way about whether he is able to actually pilot those champions.
Oh my god, I love this.
And they snipe the Nico away because they know it's another comfort pick from APA.
I was about to say 5 mid lane bans in the first phase is crazy. You usually don't see this. There's a lot of like Kaisa bans, and you can really like Sejuani or Rel or Rakan, all these other things. Here they're just saying no, mid lane's the focus, and then Golden Guardians also grabs away APA's signature champion. In terms of things that we've seen him play a lot of, all that's really left up is the Cassio now.
Yeah. And Team Liquid, I don't know if we have ever seen APA pilot the Kaisa before. More than likely, Yon should be picking this up, but we know from other teams' experiences that this is a flex pick. If they send it to APA, it would be his first LCS game on this champion. But as you called it out before, Cassiopeia is the only other champion that we have seen from APA on stage. The other one was Victor, but that was the time when Golden Guardians really gave him the, the welcome.
They gave him the business.
That's right.
I don't think he wants that again, especially, Nico does have decent setup early on with like the E hits, and you can get early shove with Q, so I wouldn't be surprised to see something else come in for the mid lane here. The Kaisa, I'm not sure how that plays into Nico, but I assume it's going to be pretty Nico favored early on, and so we'll see what we can do, because that was one of the things when we showed that box of their champions. It was much bigger for Gory. He does have that extra level of flexibility, and it looks like they're going to potentially pair it up with an Ivern to get really, really annoying. Ooh.
They were toying with our hearts there. Rengar River would have been really spicy to see, but the Nocturne gives you a lot of utility once you get to level 6. Paranoia pretty much forces fights on your terms, and of course the Cassante pickup for Licorice. So the entire top side of the map has been locked in, meaning that there's plenty of options still for the bottom side of the map when it comes to Golden Guardians.
Yeah, and there's some pressure now for APA to pick before potentially more bans come through. Maybe they'll throw the Cassio ban, and there you go. They actually answer with the Ahri right away, knowing that they did not want his champ pool pinched any closer. Ahri has fallen off, not quite as powerful as it was, but it's still a very strong generalist pick where you have decent wave clear, you have decent mobility and ways to survive ganks if they come your way, and this feels like a mitigation tactic around the mid lane, making sure you have those dashes when the Nocturne 6 comes in, that you don't get chain CC'd against the Nico.
And having someone like an Ahri to look for those picks. I mean, so far, anytime you see a composition with Viego, we've had some criticism about Viego compositions in the past, but the win condition still remains the same. It's all about those resets. It's all about getting a single target, bursted down, and then letting Viego take over the fight.
I've heard some mixed opinions on Viego in the current meta. I personally don't mind it. I know Treats, when I was talking, we were watching some LCK, he was like, I hate Viego or something. But yeah, I do think it can make some sense when you have a lot of Giga Chat Summit on your team. Find a lot of people, get them low, and then you just have to go focus on the cleanup. And like you said, combos well with Ahri. If you can land a charm, chunk people down, and they get pretty scrappy in the 2v2.
So take a look at the second round of bans. Aphelios and Zeri taken off the table away from Stixxay. Xayah also gone as the Tristana from the first round of bans. This means that without Kai'Sa, I mean, what options do you have left? Do you want to go for something like a Jinx, even without protection?
I mean, there's Ezreal. There's a lot of potential options that they can go to here. I am surprised to see double support ban focus for Golden Guardians and not any tops. They're kind of saying we don't care what Summit plays, even though we've already taken the Cassante. Normally you would protect the mismatch because AD carry had not been selected for Golden Guardians. That's where Team Liquid bans. And Golden Guardians strategy, they just want to limit Core JJ's playmaking opportunities. He is someone that we've talked about being so good about leading a team, being able to find the moment to go in, and they're saying, okay, let's get rid of the two best engagers left in the support position. Oh ho ho! This is what I was worried about, not protecting the Cassante pick. We know Summit loves to slam carries. He had a plethora of them, and maybe that's why they said it's not even worth trying, because you ban out two, and then it's like, okay, here's the Gwen, or here's the Fiora, or who knows what else. So they actually choose this other option, but this is a big skill check. Why we're highlighting it, because if Summit can take over, it drastically changes how Golden Guardians has to approach this series with blind tanks.
And the question becomes, how well can Team Liquid empower and snowball Summit to that win condition? Because there have been times in games where Summit on the Fiora can single-handedly win games through the split push, and there have been times where we see Summit TPing into the middle of, of a four-man fight. It's like, hey, this is not the win condition, but Team Liquid, everything is on the line here as Golden Guardians wrapping up their last couple of picks. The Ezreal, as you called it out, that leaves Huki having to blind this support champion. It looks like just could be that. Not the Nautilus, the Leona for that extra power engage with Solar Flare.
So most people do prefer Leona into Nautilus, and given that those are two of the primary engagers left up, if they pick the Nautilus, it would get counterpicked with the Leona. So they're just in the Leona side of the matchup, anticipating a Leona pick. But Core JJ does have that extra level of flexibility. And I was about to say, my problem with the Team Liquid comp thus far is there's no good frontline. There's very squishy members because you went the Viego more skirmishy focused jungler as opposed to tankier. Oh, he goes to the Alistar instead. I was about to say, I love the Terra for giving them invulnerability in team. But this is realistically not a team fighting team. It's a lot more about pick-off potential. And Alistar is there to maybe start these fights now with that combo. Much easier to start a fight with an Alistar than with a Terra.
Yeah. Walking up and trying to stun someone is not as reliable as being able to get in there with the pulverized headbutt combo. So Team Liquid being able to summarize both sides and what the win cons here, Mark. As you already mentioned it, a lot of skirmishing power on Team Liquid's side, but when it comes to straight up team fighting, Golden Guardian seems to have the edge.
I really like Golden Guardian's draft. If I'm being honest, I like the burst potential that they have in terms of assassinating. If you can land a Leona ult on top of Nocturne and Nico finds backline access, you can very easily blow up, and Ezreal's pretty self-sufficient on his own, so if all four of the other members go in, you're totally fine. For Team Liquid, they do have this like 4-1 potential with the Fiora, but Nocturne's really annoying to try and split push into sometimes because he can collapse from so far away when you start making a dive happen like that. So I do feel like Golden Guardians has a lot of really good tools here, and it's a high barrier of execution for Team Liquid in Game 1.
All right. Coaches will exchange their fist bumps. The teams are locked and loaded. The drafts have been set. And Game 1 of this last series in the Riot Games Arena before we head over to Newark, New Jersey for the championship weekend is about to take fold. Both of these teams have come a long way. Golden Guardians once again trying to make that lower bracket run, but Team Liquid, the surprise summer surge after a spring split that left many fans disappointed. This is their chance to redeem themselves as we take to the rift for Game 1.
Last spot to New Jersey on the line here. Winner goes. Loser sits at home and starts getting ready for that 4th place qualifier match versus Europe.
And it starts with a 5-man fan.
What? Oh, what's going on now? Let me check. One sec. Oh my golly. My internet wanted to drop now. As soon as the game starts, it says let's not work. We're gonna try to refresh this page. If anything, we might have to bump down the quality again. So that 720 is not gonna be good. So far, nothing's happened. Still lagging a little bit, but we're back.
Didn't really so many options, but we just picked the most aggressive option because it's the first game, you know. I want to make sure we have some like think flow going on, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, let it load.
I'm ready for that early scrap in game number 1. Thanks for joining me. Back to the game.
I love hearing that from Rainover. It's exactly what we're talking about. We're in a best-of-5 series. You have this kind of wiggle room to go for aggressive picks, and if they don't work, you can scale it back from there. So I like hearing them saying, we had dealer's choice. We went with the most aggressive, most split push focus, most solo kill-oriented champion we can possibly pick in Fiora.
Yeah, test your limits in game 1. If it doesn't work out, then adjust as you need be. The other thing I also like is Gabby mentioning to Rainover, this is now your 4th best-of-5. For players like Summit, Pioshik, and Core JJ, maybe that doesn't matter as much because they have plenty of experience, but it matters a ton for APA and Yon, who this is their first playoffs experience ever on the LCS stage.
It's super cool for these guys to already know that they'll be representing North America in some international competition, but obviously they want to go to their first in-venue finals event, be able to feel the roar of an arena, the way the stage almost vibrates. You always hear players talk about that for their first time, being like, whoa, that was crazy, being able to feel the crowd literally through my peripherals, in my hands, under my seat.
It hits different, man. APA already getting the first early shove on the Gory and the Nico matchup.
Okay, hey, the root.
If there is anyone that will know the Nico matchup better, it would be APA. Is already heavy trading going on.
And he does have some Ari games, despite the fact that we haven't seen the LCS. He played it 5 times in the Academy, or excuse me, the Tier 2 League.
Got the root.
Challengers now. Yeah, he was 3-2 on it, so it's not like it's a foreign champion. Every mid laner has played a ton of Ari at this point in their careers, so like you said, he does have the experience of playing the other side of the matchup quite a bit as well.
Not doing so good at all. What
Looks
is
like
going on?
Pioshik is looking for an early roam onto the bottom side of the map. He cleared all top camps and booking it towards the bottom side where 6A and Huhi are overextended.
Audio. Yo, come on. I hate that I can watch it just fine on my TV, but y'all missed first blood. I hate this, yo. What's going on? Okay, let me check qualities. I just turned quality down.
Actually started attacking Stixa. He just kind of ran past him, and he was not where who he was anticipating. They could get right on top of him. It's a very risky counter
first blood
pick into the Kaisa, where you can win lane phase, but if you fall
turned the
behind,
quality down so much.
Assassinating you in the mid game.
Now, because Team Liquid did show a little bit of their cards in the early game, River was able to get his full clear off. Pioshik was able to get the bottom crab first, though, so River has a chance to look for that top crab if he wants to path around it. But right now, he seems to be linking up with Huhi as he's going to clear his second rotation of Raptors.
Yep. This is one of the things River can do. We always talk about the mix-up that he does where he goes full clear focused. And I think it's probably a little frustrating for him that the bot lane has gone this poorly and the wave is actually pushing away from him. He's clearing up to top side and kind of saying, like, that's your mess. You deal with it. You know, there's potential repeat gank coming through, but he does not want to be deterred from his power farming focus. Instead, working his way up to this top skull trap.
We're trying to figure this all out.
The nice thing about River on this champion, though, is that your goal as Nocturne is try to hit level 6 as fast as possible because the utility that you unlock with Paranoia, even though we talk about how strong of an engage tool it is early in the mid-game, the other nice thing is how you can combo it with the other ultimates that Golden Guardians has at their disposal.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways for them to make very good easy setup in both bot and mid lane. Even top side, technically, if you have like Q3 Cassante ready to go, you can actually hop on top of the Fiora. So he has kind of any lane he wants to go to, he can make a play in. You just want to make sure that you are not picking a bad fight with Pioshik around, so it's going to be very important for them to keep vision down of all the deep wards on Nocturne. It's one of the best ways to counter a Nocturne.
As far as mid, we have more
his level 1 ult range is not quite as crazy as it used to be, but generally speaking, deep wards get more value on champions who have these really creative gank paths.
A little bit of a trade from Huhi as he engages onto Yon, but takes about half his HP. Huhi just trying to sacrifice his HP so that they can get this crash into the wave.
I really like that kind of delayed combo that Core JJ went for there, and waiting out the W from Leona when you have the bonus resist, trying to wait as long as possible before getting kind of those plasma stacks activated on them. As we see Summit in trouble.
Oh, Summit has popped level 6 here, but Liquor's going for the flash. means
Good
that Summit
stuff.
has the flash in
Got the
response.
flash off.
Nice abuse Licorice had there by getting the
about to
early
get the
level 6 and
teleport
instantly trying to punish Summit. Heads up
course,
W.
our flash
That
is down.
riposte saves Summit's life for sure. The fact
But still, forcing to teleport. And we have no mana, so we might be backing also up top. And it's... I don't get it. I don't know what's happening right now. Let's see if anything's running in background. I don't get it. Why it's been such a problem now. I'm sorry, y'all. I've not had this problem until just now.
Put into you, your Cassante is going to smurf on the top side of the map. River is here on the bottom side of the map, making sure that Yon and Core JJ don't look for
This
any
is on the
kind
official
of shenanigans.
LCS.
Seems that 6A was on a reset, and this just could be time for Team Liquid to look for the dragon, but they have a control ward in the pit. This could get dicey.
Yeah, Licorice does have TP advantage, so we'll see if he wants to end up having to burn that and end up in a very awkward state. Instead, I kind of like this idea. You know, you do have TP advantage, but like you said, you're already on the back foot in the bot side of the map. Just sack that and don't int Licorice's lane, because if he goes down there and picks that fight, Summit's not coming. He's going and taking turret plates top, and then you start having more problems in the 1v1 later on in the game. So, yes, it is a dragon. Yes, it's an Infernal Dragon. That feels pretty good for Team Liquid, but I do like that macro decision out of Golden Guardians to just let it go.
Yeah. Understanding when to give and when to take resources on the map is just as crucial for Golden Guardians to make sure that they are not sacking leads unnecessarily just for the sake of trying to contest something that, you know, cannot come awry. Now, Rift Herald's going to be spawning in the next 50 minutes. I imagine that is going to be the next objective at play, and at that time, almost everyone on both teams should have level 6 available.
Yeah, I think you can expect a fight. Both these teams super aggressive. We saw over a kill a minute in some of the NRG series, and then while it was a slow start to the first game versus Dignitas, Golden Guardians very quickly ramped up the pace and showed how dominant they can be when they're feeling themselves. So we'll see if they can do anything about it, but it is tough. Here we go.
Oh, Paranoia right on top of Summit, and he has no flash, so River can guarantee the flash and the fear on top of Summit as well. No riposte available as he already used it on Licorice, but he's running away and he's got the movement speed, and he's able to dance his way out of this one.
Love to see that out of Summit, getting a flash out of River. At first I thought it was a very heads-up play. Flash to the other side of the Fiora, so the Fiora chases her back into the Cassante. I don't know if Licorice just didn't have ult up yet or didn't have a good angle to ult him, because you would have pushed him further up the lane, but either way, just with that Q movement speed, able to get out with the ult combined and absorb that first Nocturne ult with no cost to himself.
Yeah, and it's great because now Team Liquid with the ultimate advantage, it just means that Golden Guardians have no shot at being able to contest them at the Rift Herald. So both of the neutral objectives are going to go the way of Team Liquid. How can they continue snowballing this lead further?
Well, I think you're definitely going to see this Rift Herald go up top side to that Fiora. Like you said, you have this aggressive pick. I mean, you can go and drop it as early as you want. It really does not matter as much about breaking the Aria or the Kai'Sa. I think if the Fiora gets super far ahead, you start getting 2v1 potential when that Nocturne starts jumping on you.
A little bit of training on the bot side. Once again, Yon and Core JJ still getting aggressive. Solar Flare comes out right dead onto Yon.
Oh, the ulti.
He forced the cleanse, but he still has a flash in case things get dicey later on.
I think that's a pretty heads-up cleanse there out of Yon. There was not actually any 100 to 0 threat from there, because you could see that he was not going in, and you had Core JJ camping on top of his head. But it would have been a big chunk of damage. And given that both neutral objectives are down, there's probably not going to be a necessary use of this cleanse in a team fight coming up. So use it to avoid getting chunked out, be able to stay in lane phase and continue pressure.
So Licorice is down so much that he
it's also nice having that HP advantage in lane phase. You aren't forced to reset earlier than you would want, as Pioshik does find himself on the top side of the map, just making sure that he's getting a hover in for Summit and guarantees this wave will crash. Is actually the wave is pushing away from him, so this puts Licorice in a very unfortunate spot.
Wow, interesting choice here. Okay, I thought for sure Team Liquid was going to crash that wave, just funnel some gold there, but because it's pushing away, you actually Pioshik do the recall. Licorice sticks around now, knowing that it's pushing away. Kind of waited until the fact that he didn't see the crash come through, that then he cancels. Very heads-up mind game level, like, oh, he's going to crash the wave. Oh, they're not crashing the wave. Now I'm going to actually stick around and push it out and actually get that one in. So that was a really good recall cancel out of Licorice there to make sure he is not screwed in the top side of the map.
Dodges himself out of a bad situation. So far, the CS lead has been in Summit's favor, but for the most part, this game is still pretty much even. Objectives have gone the way of Team Liquid, but Golden Guardians still don't feel like that they are completely out of the game. I would imagine that the next cast of Paranoia does have to start making things work for Golden Guardians before Team Liquid start running them over.
Yeah, you can expect to see it. I mean, they might go for it right here, but they are on a ward. Who he is spotted, but no river vision yet.
But he's staying outside of that vision radius at the moment. Communicating well. It's like, hey, if there's a ward here in Paranoia, as who he flashes right on top of Yon, but he flashes the Solar Flare critically.
Oh,
and
no.
nice headbutt for Core JJ!
is just taking advantage of all of Golden Guardian's aggressive plays.
Maybe I started pulling for the wrong team.
Critically was able to flash out. There was no cleanse. They knew that they wanted to chain CC him with the Leon ultimate, but it was a little too slow by Huhi. And then there's a heat-seeking missile. So the fact that Ezreal gets to, or the Kaisa gets to flash out means I'm so much further in than I thought I would be. That gives the angle for the headbutt out of Core JJ, and they punish that play from Golden Guardian.
And they know that from the previous engage on the top side of the map, River had no flash to be able to get out of that one. So guaranteed counterplay from the side of Team Liquid. And this is honestly a different look from Team Liquid. We know that Pioshik and the rest of these guys are very known for making things aggressive and going all out in the early stages of the game. Other than the bot side gank, they've been pretty calm and letting Golden Guardians do the work for them.
Yeah, I think it was Treat saying that, you know, Team Liquid is actually very good about being reactive as well and just kind of seeing where the plays are coming and outplaying them, and that's exactly what happened in both those lanes so far. Right now,
that would have been so much vision.
What's also worth noting is we haven't talked about mid lane. We were talking about, oh, Gore versus APA, is he going to be able to handle it or not? Yeah, he's down CS, but the fact that nothing's gone wrong in mid lane is actually great for them, and the Ari is going to be providing plenty of utility once she finishes the Everfrost and the Charm, and your job there is to kind of set people up for the rest of the team.
And they're sending the Rift Herald in the mid lane. I know you were talking about maybe they would do it for top lane so that someone could get as most plates as possible. But this gives some plates over to APA, allows him to catch back up since there is a slight CS lead for Bori.
Yeah, I don't hate it because against Nocturne, it's very valuable to break mid lane turret. Against any global, it's very valuable to be able to push further in from mid lane because that's where a lot of plays spill over from. And getting deep rewards becomes easier and all that stuff I was talking about. At the same time, you have a Fjord on the top side. I would really like to snowball. So I understand the decision. It also gave them fire to go grab that dragon right there, so they did combo it very well. Absolutely still a very good play out of Team Liquid.
2 dragons to their name, and it looks like we have... Which dragon is this? Oh, it's the stinky one. Chemical...
Gas dragon.
Gas dragon.
Smog dragon.
Smog dragon. Ooh, the riposte. Liquid's forced to flash, but
Here
now
we go.
River comes in with the paranoia, and Summit still has a flash he can work with, but with the fear and the flash from River as he follows Summit up play, he cannot escape this time, and River gets his mark.
Thankfully for Golden Guardians, they finally have a play going their way. River on the top side finds that, but it took a lot of work again. Multiple flashes being burned. Did get the flash out of Summit this time around. He was so close to getting out, but because River had tagged him with the Q, he had that bonus move speed the whole way to chase him down. You saw how dicey it was there. Had to flash from getting that fail proc, because otherwise, you know, you probably see a turret dive there in a 1-for-1. So then River, Summit decides to try and run away from River, but you can see the move speed allowing him to catch up.
I didn't know if Summit saw the
River finds his first kill, and fortunately for him, the game kind of felt like it hinged on that play. If that was the second failed Nocturnal and Team Liquid continue to snowball, that would be very, very scary. But now they've got that kill. A little bit of gold in the pockets of River, as he will be one of the critical figures for diving and getting DPS onto the backline of Team Liquid.
Nice surge of life here for the Golden Guardians, as you called it.
Now the vision.
If that was the second cast of the Paranoia and still nothing really gained from it, then it would have surely seemed like Liquid would have started running away with momentum in the first 15 minutes of this game. Seems like the bot lane of Team Liquid have shifted their attention from the bot lane into the mid lane now that the turret plates have fallen so that they can have guaranteed mid prio as they start looking to push their advantage into the jungle.
Yeah, interesting lane setup here. Is nice dodge out there by ABA, but you can see how sticky Licorice is already with the mobility, the slows coming in from the Iceborne gauntlets. This is a setup now for the Rift Herald that's spawning very shortly. APA's teleport is on a lower cooldown, and so I think that they are happy to send him down to the bot side and just try and interrupt any Licorice TPs with a charm or something and try and keep it 4v4 while they go and force down this Rift Herald.
And while Team Liquid not necessarily all that thrilled about Summit going down, it does mean that Paranoia is not available for this Rift Herald take, so once again, no contest coming in from Golden Guardians. That means both objectives in Dragons and Rift Heralds have been secured by Team Liquid. They have been absolutely clinical with these objectives.
They've been super clean so far. 4 out of 4 early game neutral objectives going their way. But it doesn't feel like they've quite broken the back of Golden Guardians quite yet. It is getting very dicey. This mid lane turret's about to drop now, instantly using this one. And going to be trying to keep the pressure up. Team Liquid loves to snowball games as aggressively as possible, as we see. Number 3 from River, potentially.
Hovering, but looking for the recall and reset. Doesn't look like someone is waiting as the Rift Herald gets its second charge. Nice damage on the tier 2 turret in the mid lane.
And Summit playing with respect. Something you don't always see out of him. Notoriously high isolated depths. one of the easiest top laners to pick on when he starts feeling himself, he starts getting aggressive. But with that shove mid, I think you could see Golden Guardians anticipating, this is what Summit does. He pushes when he shouldn't. But actually, heads up play by Summit there, letting the wave crash into him and wasting a lot of River's time.
His character development all the way back in spring as well. You know, Summit just kind of head into no thoughts, always pushing the lane. But this time around, Summit just being constantly aware. It's like, hey, River's already made 2 trips towards the top side.
He's learning, and I think that's the story of Team Liquid this year. Was they were brought with the 2 rookies, with a handful of veteran Korean pro players, and there was this, we're going to work harder than everyone else. That was kind of their messaging at the start of the year, and they definitely kind of lived up to that. I think a lot of people identified them as a summer split team. A little bit more disappointing in spring than at least I was anticipating, with I believe it was an 8th place finish at the time.
Yeah.
And that was just even worse. I thought they would make playoffs. Maybe they're not going to go on a crazy run, but that was a surprise, and I think summer split started a little bit better. There was a struggle in the middle of the season. That's what brought APA in, which seems to have allowed this team to hit that next level, a little bit more stability in his playmaking. And now they are on pace to at least represent international competition and maybe make a finals weekend, which is what, you know, this team kind of wanted when they built this roster way back at the start of the year. They said, we're a summer split roster, and they're proving it.
And one of the things, too, as we're getting ready for Dragon in the next 30 seconds, Team Liquid, the narrative around them and they wanted to in the spring split is we're going to outwork everyone. We're going to work harder, and we're going to put in more hours than anyone else. The fact that it resulted in 8th place finish, they kind of changed up, you know, actually now we're the cool team, we're the fun team. But
we have intros now.
Yeah, but I still want it to be known that some of these guys, especially APA and Yawn, even though that they're rookies, they put in more hours than anyone else on the team, and it's clearly shown because they want to make sure that they are not being outmatched by the rest of the peers in the LCS.
We'll see if they are able to cleanly snowball this game. It's one of the things that they have struggled with as a team, including some of their rookies, not always being super consistent with their goals. Here you can see Golden Guardians wanting to contest this Dragon, stop the Dragon stacking out Team Liquid.
Licorice has TP as well. Paranoia is popped. It's all darkness for Team Liquid as the Pop Blossom follows as well onto 2. True Shot Barrage coming damage onto Pyosha because he's forced the flash. Huhi falling up as well. Licorice leading the charge against Core J. PA is separated and Yawn is still kiting as much as he can. He gets the flash out. Hui's the first one, but Pyosha looks for a reset, and now he's Cassante. They're still running away. Summon has teleported looking for the flank as well, and Golden Guardians have pushed out 1, but it still doesn't feel like a 1 fight yet.
It's a 1-for-1. Golden Guardians being a little bit healthier, though, and looks like they can fall back safely onto this Dragon to snag this one. APA in trouble.
He has flash, but he has Spirit Rushing. He gets popped. A little too greedy and overeager on trying to check to see where the Dragon was, and Golden Guardians will now secure the objective.
Golden Guardians finally find their fight there, and a little bit of greed out of APA, trying to poke his nose back in around the Dragon. Huhi camping the brush, the wily veteran finds him, and I gotta say, this engage was not super clean. Honestly, they do get this initial start to it, which is quite nice with a 3-man knockup by Gory, the Ezreal over the top, but then they don't finish anyone down. The surprising thing to me is how little damage Team Liquid's doing in response. Like, everyone's still at 80% at this point after Golden Guardians has used most of their cooldowns. So it's a 4v5. Summit was a little late with the TP because the Nocturne ult allows you to block TPs from coming in. But it's a concern now that where's Team Liquid's damage going to come from until Kaisi gets 3 items? The only on Everfrost, not able to bring too much. And it looked pretty free for Golden Guardians to just kind of face that anti-team, even if the engage isn't the best.
Yeah.
It didn't do anything.
I mean, the tricky thing is that whenever Paranoia is activated, you just don't know where everyone is coming from. And especially already on a team that, you know, comms-wise isn't always the cleanest. Team Liquid now...
Come on, guys. So I'm watching up here, but I have the audio down here, and y'all are seeing what's happening. And my internet wants to be slow now. Stream is not clean.
After repeated Divine Thunder nerfs, it's a much higher win rate. So, you know, he is somewhat high damage. He's not quite Kraken Slayer like full damage Viego, but the fact that they couldn't punch through the Leona, couldn't punch through River, Licorice went up next. They didn't have the damage to actually kill anyone there until the very tail end of the fight. It's a little concerning later on.
Oh, but nice charm from APA. It stops the Pop Blossom. And I believe River saw that interaction, knowing that the Paranoia would have been for naught. Well done by APA, stopping what could have been an engage.
It's a little, seeing that run at you, you're like, this is not right. So very easy to land that charm there. Gets Corey to not land the ultimate, but too high investment of a play there. Single ultimate on Nico has a pretty short cooldown, will be up shortly, and there's no neutral objectives up. I like Golden Guardians continuing to fish for plays, and the flip side is Team Liquid doesn't have any plays that they're going for. It's kind of just like Summit in the side lane split push, but he hasn't been super accelerated ahead of the Cassante to the point where you can dominate him.
Yeah.
You know, he still actually did die in one of those ganks. He never got his own kills. They didn't drop the Rift Herald for him, which I think is starting to rear its head as why it's a potential problem that the Fiora has not been accelerated quite yet. She does continue to scale. She look at her second item. Once you have the Ravenous Hydra done, you get much more annoying. You continue to get more and more annoying as the game goes on, but you're 3,000 gold up, and they are in a fine position, but I am concerned as the 5v5s continue to break out.
It's definitely slowed down the game, or at least the pace of the game that Team Liquid were looking for through its side lanes, but they invested their gold into getting APA a little bit of ahead and giving Yon and Core JJ mid-prio, as they always can at least bleed into side lanes that are pushed off right here.
And this is exactly what the mid option of the Rift Herald gives you. It's an easier path through the enemy jungle, so when APA gets his shove and Gory doesn't have his ultimate, they're able to collapse up there, grab the third turret of the game for themselves. At some point, they actually grabbed that mid inner one, which the Rift Herald charge. I don't know if that came off the replay during the Dragon situation, but either way, a nice little bit of gold chunk for Team Liquid. 4,000 gold up. We talked about Yon potentially being the main damage carry this game. He is fortunately online. He is coming up on 9,000 gold, 1,000 ahead of Stixxay basically, and also the richest member in the game. Despite not getting any kills, 3 assists, a lot of farm, and some turret plates funneled his way, means that he is well on his way to grabbing that third item, where a lot of people say that's when Kai'Sa becomes pretty obnoxious.
And the test here for Yon, I want to harken back to what we had from Stixxay and some of his words before this match. It's like, hey, I'm one of the guys that does the most with less resources, and sometimes I feel like Yon gets resources and doesn't make the most of it. So now, this is
the put up or shut up game.
That's right.
He's the most invested member on the side of Team Liquid. He is going the Rage Blade build, which I think is the right choice with how short range Golden Guardians are and how much hard engage they have. They're going to be jumping on your head. You need to survive that and then blow them up afterwards. You are not just poking with W here. So I do like the build that he's going for. We'll have to see if he's able to pull that one off.
River and Core JJ staring menacingly at each other, but not really pulling the trigger on either or, because neither team is really set up for a real engage there. Someone is getting a decent chunk onto Licorice, and Pioshik is starting to shadow him on the bottom side of the map, just in case River started to fade towards the bot side as Summit gets this push in. Baron is alive for the taking, but it doesn't seem like Golden Guardians are really ready to take it either.
No, I think Baron will be one of these objectives that maybe you bait, see if you have enough prio to force Team Liquid down there, but Pioshik's top side of the map, this brings a die.
They go for the stun, and it looks like they just have the damage to easily take him down. He was already below half HP, and this turret will fall.
That was a really nice play out of Pioshik there. You saw Golden Guardians kind of messing around with the Baron vision. Being on the bot side of the map 23 minutes in as a jungler can be scary, but if you make a dive happen, well then Summit has TP and he can collapse, and it's actually still a 4v4 on the Baron side of the map. So finally they get a kill onto Licorice. Finally they accelerate this Fiora, grabbing that turret, grabbing a kill.
A nice chunk from APA. Or he's now below 50% HP. Huhi is lurking around here with River, and this turret is about to fall. True Shot Barrage is going to reveal that multiple members on Dragon, so they know that this dive is for River, but this teleport from Summit is going to protect. JJ is coming around the wings. It's going to bunt Huhi over the wall. Summit might have bought him a little bit more than he could chew. Corey over the wall. Force a flash onto 3, and now Summit falls. Core JJ forced a flash, and that's the TP coming in from Licorice. And can Golden Guardians look for more momentum off of this play?
They're pretty low. They're backing with Gory. He has TP to rejoin the fight. They might force onto this Baron now that they have Summit down.
Another TP from Gory, and it looks like Golden Guardians going to pull the trigger. Baron has begun. Team Liquid, can they get into the pit? Flash is available for Pioshik. They have vision on the pit. They stun up Huki. He flashes right on top of Yon. He still has flash and cleanse, using the cleanse for the killer instinct and distance himself away. River doesn't have paranoia, but he looks in for the fear. Force the flash over the wall. Stixxay trying to fire off True Shot Barrage. Yon is able to dodge it. Pioshik looking for the reset, and now he is the Nocturne. Can he kite over to APA to save him out of this one? All out from Licorice, takes out APA. Meanwhile, Yon, can he contribute to the fight, but he has no flash and he has no sub for the rest of Team Liquid. It's all on Pioshik to look for these resets, but he's not going to have enough damage to turn it around. Stixxay flashing forward, guarantees the kill. Triple for him, and Golden Guardians clean up the fight.
It's a delayed ace for Golden Guardians. They find all 5 members. Summit is alive. River is dead, so there's no smite. I don't think Golden Guardians are going Baron.
Summit repause. Can he look for Stixxay and Licorice? But it's a 1-on-3. I don't know what you're thinking about that one. That's an easy ace for Golden Guardians again.
What was Summit doing? They had a ward in the brush. They knew that He was standing in the bush right there. Just ends up dropping as Golden Guardians were baiting him into thinking, okay, they're on Baron, I have to go contest this 1v3, this is a hero moment, but they are able to pick him off there in the river. And here's this play. I gotta say, Jan did play this one very well, kiting out, like you said, the cleanse ultimate to get away from the Leona, trying to buy enough space, waiting until the last possible second to flash the wall, get the extra distance so the fear doesn't go off. But again, he's the only damage. There's not enough threat from APA, and so even though Pyosik gets a kill on Nocturne, nice cleanup there, they're not able to find anyone else for Pyosik to keep resetting through the fight, because he's kind of the other guy who might be able to do that. He tries after killing Leona. I really like the idea here. If you can get the Leona soul, maybe you can start comboing, get onto, you know, Licorice next, and Jan's able to join up, but did a really good job camping that soul. Pyosik couldn't get it. Then it's an easy chase down afterwards, and you can see the stunned look of Reignover as that fight went Golden Guardians' way.
They ain't even worry.
Such a tough line to follow. When you're in that Viego mindset, all you're thinking is, okay, it doesn't matter if I'm surrounded by multiple guys, I can continue getting resets and I can just pretty much clean this up 1v9. But the fact that Jan was forced out of the fight and had to take the long way around, it was literally just Pyosik in all of Golden Guardian's faces.
And I think the timing of that was really good for Golden Guardians. The fact that you did not have Jan on his third item yet, still working towards that Rage Blade. That fight can look really different if he has his Mythic completed there. But they were able to force that one before then. Gold lead still in Team Liquid's favor, but with this Baron buff, will probably swing Golden Guardians' way if they can get some of these turrets. They have no turrets on the map yet, despite the 4 that Team Liquid have. So a lot of standing gold able to go their way. They're going to try and go ahead and grab that, as well as the dragon spawning in 2 minutes. They want to make sure they don't give up soul, but it is Chemtech soul. It's not the end of the world if they do lose that one.
The gold lead that had plateaued for Team Liquid now, as they try to fight their way back, knowing that River is on the bottom side of the map. It's a 4v4. Someone is trying to look for the collapse with the paranoia. Takes out all of Team Liquid's vision, and then now makes it so that Core JJ is completely isolated. They can't step up, and they can't.
I would... okay. I hate this, yo. Come on. No kills have popped off since that one, but they are taking 2 turrets at the same
bot side this entire time. His only contribution to that fight was turning the lights off with the ultimate and threading a potential dive, which allowed them to find that kill. Now they're going for the base.
Pyosik steps up, zones them off. The inhibitor tower still at threat by this empowered cannon minion, but finally falls. And Summon is now looking for the split push, but Licorice is here to answer.
Yeah, Licorice strong enough now to defend the turret quite easily. Did use his ultimate there to force Summit back, but a huge influx of gold, like we said. Now even in turrets for now a 2,000 Golden Guardians way. They are feeling very, very good now.
Yeah, as we mentioned before, it seemed like Team Liquid were slowly accumulating that lead, and then in just one fight, Golden Guards completely able to reverse that momentum. We have Dragon spawning in the next 30 seconds. It is soul point for Team Liquid, but with the current state that they are in, it seems extremely difficult for them to contest.
Yeah, we're talking about potential 5v5 issues the entire game. Now that they've fallen behind, that feels even harder to find an avenue in, especially with Golden Guardians getting there early right now, dropping vision down, setting up, making sure there's no easy path for Team Liquid in. Viego is a fairly slippery champion, and they do have decent pick with the Ari potentially. Jan critically has completed his Rage Blade.
Huge power spike coming in for the young rookie. Team Liquid trying to play through mid. Gory off to the side. Nice flash from Core JJ. Looking for River. Paranoia turns out all the lights. And who he is sacrificing.
You're kidding me right now. You're kidding me right now, yo. Come on, load up. We're winning another one. Oh.
For another kill, and they find the backline. Saves gone. Yon finds his moment with the killer instinct. And Team Liquid can finally find the reset that they're looking for. Soul point is theirs. River's forced to run.
They're pinging the base. They might want to end the game. Yes, they can go soul point, but they have a minion with only River up in 15 seconds before who he spawns. This is at least an inhibitor mid lane, and we'll have to see how aggressive they want to get here.
10 seconds on Huhi, 30 seconds on the rest of the members of Golden Guardians. If they want to end this game, there is a window, surely. We'll see how far Team Liquid want to take it. They're pushing for it. Nexus turrets in their sight. Nexus in their minds. Game 1 victory in their brains as they look for one more. Nexus turret 1 already fell. They're ignoring River and Huhi. They're barreling and brute forcing their way. They find the kills. Oh my God! Team Liquid find one fight and they don't miss. Game 1 is there.
Right when it looked like Golden Guardians had grabbed game 1 back, you see Team Liquid with a monstrous fight in the mid lane, able to find that opportunity. Core JJ.
That's just sad. Okay. Hopefully, the rest of this will not be lagging like it's been doing. because it's been dumb recently. So dumb how it's been lagging. But Lord, okay. I also listen to audio. Audio Audio's kind of there, but it's still kind of quiet, isn't it? Advanced audio properties. It's back down to 0. Oh, over here it's at 0. Turn back up to 500. Okay. Oh. Okay. Had to turn back over here, but it's being quiet. Cosplay contest. A little bad. What are we going to do, y'all? While we wait for this next game to start. We could go raid someone else's stream, but I require viewers for it to happen. And right now I have none. Except for one. And disappointed. We gotta see. Maybe I mean they did say for yeah. This one that turned around. That's what's showing now. This one, sorry. That's what turned it around. Because it was looking good, then we only had 3, and I was like, oh, we're done. Aren't we? River barely survived there, but he couldn't do anything in the end. Yeah, stop. Yo, we don't need to see you. 1 second. Uno momento. Alright. Although. Okay. So far, we have seen our team. Look at the damage dealt. They just had more from their jungler. Our jungler was not there. So it's like a lot of these, everyone ever since Faker wore the glasses, so everybody gotta get the round glasses. Who are any of these guys? I know the guy on the far right. I aren't even seeing what I'm seeing yet. Hey, thank you for being original. I have to pause mine for a little bit. That way it'll be behind, so y'all can actually catch up with me. We'll keep this going on back on actually for now, because my internet's so bad. I don't think anything's actually gonna load. What are they saying? I have no clue, because it's gonna lag and die out anyway. Alright, let me turn on the volume so you actually hear it though.
Just might be easier to go back to something that was more comfortable that you played throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, and by contrast, we did see Pioshek, right? That
It's
bot
still
lane
early.
setup. Like, yeah,
It's
it's
the
kind of
first
rudimentary,
game.
but
We
obviously
gotta give
you
them
know
a
that Nocturne's
courtesy
probably
round.
going to be going for the full clear. I guess you never quite know with River, but you're going to make that assumption, and it was a good setup. It was another good example of something we talked about at top of day with Pioshek looking like he has a much stronger communication with his lanes. And he knows a lot more. He's a lot more confident about where he wants to go in the early game, and we'll see if they make any adaptations. I feel like TL come out ahead in this first game, but GG had some shining moments in there, so we will see what's up next after the break.
Stixay. I think his name is Stixay.
Ref, do you play League?
I do.
What do you play?
I'm a support.
Oh,
I'm rooting your main.
Oh god.
Pick your poison.
Oh god.
Pick your poison. I love that.
That's enough out of you, ref.
This will all fall apart. They all fall apart right here.
pushing for it. Nexus turrets in their sight.
Yeah, we had nothing to combat what was happening here. They tried, but we had nothing.
They're barreling up, brute forcing their way. They find the kills. Oh my God! Team Liquid find one spot, and they don't.
Come on, guys. I believe. Alright, that's just gonna be a bunch of ads. So disappointing the start, but it'll be right. It'll be right. It'll be right. Wonder if there's things I can add on here. I know what I do want to do though. Let me go and start downloading this. Hopefully maybe the download will mess up. If I have to pause the download, it'll be right. It's called I put in my notes 1 second. Someone showed me it earlier today. Kind of dope. YGO Omega. Maybe I can get good at this again. Let me see. I can probably show y'all what I'm doing. I did not mean to remove the screen. I meant to remove that. Web browsers? Yeah. Okay, so y'all can see what I'm doing here. Alright. And sadly, I have to kind of put it in the middle here. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh type thing. We're going to download it for Windows. I'm scared what's popping up here. Especially the stream. Alright, download started. Still ads are playing. But the installer's happening. These are I'm deleting them or just removing them from the download pop-up. Because I think, what was it? Oh, it's a, what? I have no clue what that was about. Oh, we're waiting for this download to finish. Then we're going to, I just want to show y'all, there's not much to the site. This is my first time seeing it. System requirements. Oh no. It doesn't take much from what I've seen. Recommended. Yeah, you see it takes 2 gigabytes of RAM at most. It's an actual ad playing. That's first. So that's not bad. Go with VIP. Yeah, there's not much to his website at all. I know I have to join the Discord for it to actually rename this one. YouTube video. Alright. Well, it does both of them, even this one. Oh well. Make sure. Yeah. Remove. Yes. Do keep this one? Yeah. Alright. Well, we have the download done. Now we have to install. Hopefully it doesn't destroy everything. There's advertising chairs and saying that's 2 minutes. Oh, sorry. Lord, that's loud. Alright. Yes. We're downloading it right now. Oh, Back to face. English. Because if we can get this to go, it's only a 455 megabyte download. That's the way games used to be, but now, games take. Did I vote? Yeah, I voted on that. Okay, I already have that downloading. YGO Omega. Run it? We won't run it just now. Finish. Did it? Yeah, okay, it made me maybe we'll run it real quick and just get it set up right now, actually. So we can actually see if we can stream this. Because if we can stream this, it'll be dope. Am I good at it? Nah. I mean, I haven't played it forever. Let me see. Let me go pull it up. Keep it windowed. We will add window capture. Yeah, there we go. Okay. We will remove it for right now until I get it fully set up. Client update available. Update now? Yeah, we'll update. The way y'all can see, once again, it's a game that can't fully because of everything. Well, it's showing my OBS. Why is it doing that? What is actually showing up on there? Huh. Let me delete that and try again. Remove, yes. Add window capture. YGO. What is actually showing up there though? Looks like it's just showing my stream stuff, which is weird. Huh. Wait for it to restart. Maybe. I'm scared. We're going for it anyway. I'm low-key scared, but we're going for it anyway. Alright. Hopefully it doesn't say, oh, okay, applying update. Hopefully it doesn't hack. I'm in love with these glasses. Wow. Alright, dudes. Yeah, I do that when I'm taking pictures. Who's judging me? Alrighty. It's downloading the update. Is it still bugging? Okay, yeah, it's just showing stream. Let me try to skip. Maybe. Where's remove? Remove. I don't see it. Remove. Yes. We're going to keep trying until we get this right. Source. Game capture, maybe. Maybe that's it. Specific window. There we go. Maybe that works. It's not. That didn't work either. We're trying to figure this out on the fly because ads are still happening out there. We will get this. Apparently it's not game capture. Display, no. OBS disconnect or reconnecting. Okay. It disconnected for a second. Hopefully that didn't mess up the live. That didn't work either. Okay. Hopefully it didn't mess up the live stream. But it disconnected for a second. We have this downloading. We're actually gonna do. We'll make a second scene for we're having some connection issues. Sorry. Oh. We're dropping connection here and there. Maybe it's because it's the download, isn't it? It's the download. Alright. We may lose a lot of connection during this, but because I'm downloading right now, so we're gonna have a little bit of a laggy stream. As far as connection. Alright. I'm trying to watch the stream. Because I'm downloading right now. So. Yeah, we may drop frames here and there, but it'll work out. What's happening up here? Maybe we'll have to stop this download and do it another time because we're actually moving over to live the picks.
They were actually debating it, and they were like, Summit versus a random EU
I'll
top.
keep an eye on that.
Summit's
If it
going to win.
keeps
And then
lagging, then
APA
we'll
was like,
stop
but what about the
downloading.
pride of NA,
Try
Licorice?
later,
You have to
but
put
for
him
now,
up against a random EU
we may
top.
be
So
okay.
both teams suggesting that the other go into the 4th place match.
Nice little bit of a bartering between the two teams. Like, hey, we should send you guys to take on EU as we are into draft select for Golden Guardians as they
To be
already
fair,
looked for their second
with,
ban with Poppy being taken off the
Team
table.
Liquid probably
so far,
is the
Team
best
Liquid not changing
to
up
send
any of their
for
strat,
North America.
continuing with the
But
block
I
bans.
don't want that to be the case.
Interesting to see.
I do want to see
small adaptation. I wonder
Golden
if they're
go
going to
out
keep with
there.
the heavy APA.
I want to see Golden
focus.
just win.
This is Triss coming in to Casio this time. So, wonder what they are particularly wanting to play against Casio that they didn't want to in game 1.
I think in general, they're just gonna abandon the Nico. I
First
think
game.
they're just like,
Goes to
it was
TL.
not worth it. We tried one game, not gonna work out again most likely. So I just expect GG to do a completely different
James is
draft
already
now that
picking.
Tristana's open.
That's
Something
okay,
that they're looking at for sure. Maybe they're just gonna 1P themselves.
Can we
They know
vote
that
for
APA
second
likes
game?
to play it. So if I'm GG and I leave open Tristana, I'm probably just gonna
too.
first pick it.
Yeah, and they
Because-
dropped the Xayah ban as well for that Poppy as well. Team Liquid taking note of that, and I think that was the biggest debate. It's like, do we want to give up Xayah? Do we want to give up Tristana? Looks like Golden Guardians will be able to get their hands on this one. It can still be flexed between Gory and Stixay. Team Liquid probably the only other team that has consistently flexed that
that
but
character
they
has
can
some
always
reach.
go for Kaisa once again on the back.
I appreciate the fan sign meta. It's evolved quite a bit in the playoffs. Everyone has very, very funny signs.
I'm looking for
Let me check that.
maybe
So
a
on
Sejuani for TL
Twitch,
here.
they have
I think Sejuani plus, like,
44,000
counterpick. They
viewers.
go for the Rel instead,
On
which
here,
is also flex, so they could go for Sejuani later.
they have the
I'm
viewer
curious to
count.
see what APA will play into Tristana.
doesn't
If
show,
it's in
but-
the mid lane, I think his champion pool is not that good into Tristana. It plays a lot of squishy
Yeah, they have a
champs.
lot
So
of,
if I'm GG now, I just look for something like the
lagging,
Maokai
sorry,
or the
sorry.
Ivern or Sejuani even, and kind of just make it
Yeah,
a
okay.
very easy front-to-back draft with
15%.
AD pressure from
Yeah,
Tristana in
lag
mid lane.
lot once
Yeah,
open
and
these
as you
things.
already called out here, Treats, Golden Guardians
Sam,
seemingly
I'll pop up
changing
game
up
2.
what their mid-jungle duo picks that they wanted to look for. Nocturne Nico, more of a level 6. Hey, we're going to turn off the lights and try to flank you from multiple angles side, but now with Tristana, you have a lot more early pressure. Maokai, you could
I'll fight, that'll be
always
good.
just stop your full farming clear and then look for an early game, try to burn
We
flash for
might
flash
have
on
to end this
Maokai,
one early.
and try to put AP.
We might not be able to watch
This
all
is
3
actually
games.
Gory's first Tristana
we'll
game
see.
of this split,
We
but he played it quite a
will
bit in
see.
summer split. As someone who's very proficient on the champion, just lean
Because
towards
it's working fine
counterpicking
on
the
my TV.
Tristana more
It's just
often than not,
lagging
but
down
through
here.
all this, somehow Licorice's Rumble has gone through.
Yeah, it's
I
not
mean,
gonna
it's
load this
really good.
either.
The
Internet's just
Maokai
being
and the
weird.
Tristana. Obviously, with Tristana mid, you're kind of lacking the damage, and I mean, APA is just gonna take Nico instead. I think TL strength
Are we
is very
running all the
aggressive,
same
and
guys?
GG is kind
Yeah.
of soaking a lot, so it's gonna be a very different game from last game. I think this time around, GG has a bit more flexibility, and TL is
And
on
Nico
the
on this side.
early game comp here.
Yeah, it's interesting to see
So
the
they can play a
adaptation.
better
The Rumble,
Nico
of course,
than we
was
did.
open last game, but it was the first pick Nico.
I'm
They don't
hoping
want
not.
double AP solo lanes here. Does enable that, but I am very happy
Ezreal
to see
ban.
Jan back on the
They're scared
Kaisa.
of
I thought
that.
he had a great game. Able to slowly funnel gold his way and end up
Nocturne.
kind of carrying those late game fights in damage. The Pioshik was very good as well. We'll have to see
Who
what
do I
he
see
ends up
coming
on.
out?
Could be on the rel, could flex it around. Seeing the Nocturne ban themselves out of Golden Guardians.
Kaylee. Maybe
There's a lot of
a
flexibility.
what's a big guy's name? I'm thinking about the big guy with the hook. I know it's bad. Okay. Yeah, we might have to end early because it's just not wanting to keep up.
With the
Maybe
Rumble
it's the
shown
game
already, that
downloading.
makes the most sense. Not sure what Summit's best choice is into it.
But
Expect it to
Yeah,
be
we're
an
gonna
AD
get
champ,
close
maybe
game
something
out.
like the Gnar. I think it's something that he prefers in this type of matchup.
Team Liquid starting to hover over what other options
There
that
we go.
6A would
Game's
go
closed.
for.
maybe a little
Last time
bit
they
better
banned
now.
the Zeri and the Aphelios out, but then it was the Ezreal that slipped away to Stixay's hands. And Team Liquid, there should be no way that they lock this in since they already have their
Oh, don't
marksman
doubt
and
that.
Kaisa.
Oh.
I mean, that would be a crazy flex. I mean,
Jax.
where are you sending everything else then?
You send the Nico top, easy.
Oh
Not gonna
my-
happen though.
You're right.
Oh,
Oh, Aatrox as well. Okay, that's really interesting. I think that kind of tells me that the Rel wants to go jungle. I was thinking if they would go for something like the Sejuani Jax or Sejuani Renekton into Rumble. That's a very lethal combo. I think now if I'm GG and I'm picking bot lane, I'm just looking for something safe.
There you go. Go for it. Yes, sir.
TL and then the pressure. So Zeri Rakan very good at absorbing pressure.
And I love this combo. Rakan set up for that equalizer to guarantee true once you have multiple people charmed up and knocked up on that engage.
Decided to switch
multiple ways to disengage fights as well with Golden Guardians. Whether you want to pick the fight on your own or if you want to force them on your own terms, Team Liquid now have to round off this composition. So they want to lock in a support counter for Core or look for something for Pyosik and give him the rel instead. And it looks like we are back to the Viego reset hype train.
I'm surprised to see him go back to it. He has had 2 great Viego games so far, so clearly he's very confident on the champion. Pyosik starting up another loser's bracket run like he had last year on DRX, but this time I feel like there's a lot better
give you stats on
heal
these
with the
last players,
Maokai and the Rakan, all these things to make it more annoying for Viego to actually go in.
Yeah, there's a lot of early pressure on TL. I'm kind of scared for GG's spot lane in this draft. They don't really have a lot of wave control. They get pushed in early, and then mid jungle is also losing from the side of GG. So TL is looking for a really aggressive mid jungle into bot type of game, whereas GG I think wants to use the Rumble and kind of Tristana to balance out the early game and just kind of scale
20
up.
games as Thresh.
And if you're accelerated with this Team Liquid composition, you have a lot more burst damage coming in from both of your solo lanes. This is now a champion that Summit can actually group up with the rest of Team Liquid versus something like the Fiora you want to just stay split pushing. So Team Liquid have a more formidable team fighting comp.
But I also wonder if Golden Guardian's going to adapt to how they set
we have
their
a
resources
57
early
win
because it was multiple ganks onto Summit that took a lot of resources out of the jungle. You know, River spent his flash, he sent his ultimates up there. They got like 1 kill through the first 15 minutes, and Summit mostly did a very good job of staying even in lane while able to absorb all that pressure.
There's a lot of basic champions.
Team Liquid, you're like, yeah, do that again. Summit's on weak side, he's on Aatrox. Will hopefully just leave him to be self-sufficient while we go and make these plays around mid bot.
Yeah, TL's comp is very early game focused. If they can't really get ahead early game, I definitely see GG taking this one. I think they have a lot of options, so GG really has to play smart with their early resources and make sure that Maokai just doesn't fall behind his
Ari at the highest with 56%.
Yeah, it would be quite the flip from game 1 where Golden Guardians, it seemed that they were the ones forcing more plays and Team Liquid were reacting it. And now the contrast is going to go their way as Team Liquid sending multiple members, all 5 towards the top side of the map.
Core JJ with the wall hop on the Rel, going to try and find Licorice here.
And this could be dicey, but we do have a sideline interview with Gabby and Golden Guardians coach Spooks.
All right, as we potentially get into some action, Spooks, give me the lowdown on the team room after that first game.
Yeah, spirits are still high. Everyone realized we should have closed the last game out.
Talking to coach.
Early game was rough. We definitely could have done more early game, like specifically with our level 1.
I agree. There were some fights that, even though they won, they could have won a whole lot better than they did. I couldn't have. I saw it.
Yeah, I mean, this draft, in the scheme of this meta, this draft is really strong.
So,
you know, I think we just need to do the fundamentals.
The leash from.
We have an advantage in draft this game, so yeah.
Have faith in the bounce back. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
That's not normal, but it's a leash. On both sides leashing.
Spooks, as we now resume game 2. Looks like a little bit of a leash for the bottom side of the map for both teams.
Both teams. That's like, I was surprised. You usually don't see leashes, especially when it comes to LCS in general, but Esports and Summit, he's winning that. He's going to take a lot of minion damage. It's the only thing with Rumble. So let me load it now. I want to watch this or have the no data available or review. Pick and ban. There we go. Oh, it's still loading up. Look at this Dota graph. Every time I do it, makes me laugh. It's what it says on there. That's funny. Alrighty. We imagine. Ooh. Hitting the right one too. Good stuff. Push him off. Yeah, but he has a use cleanse already. What is Huni carrying? I can't see what the other item is. Or not item, but summoner. Exhaust. I think it's a heal, but it might be exhaust.
Maybe it's a strat for them to give push in early game and kind of look for a counter with Pioshik as he's coming into bot side here.
Yeah, it feels like Golden Guardians were the more aggressive ones, spending both their summoners to win out on kind of the health trade and getting prio for that reason. But like you said, Team Liquid have the better combat summoners if an all-in comes in with Pioshik or something like that.
And so far, as you
Teleports right down mid on Team Liquid side. And what? So Licorice didn't bring teleport at all. He has Ignite. I didn't even see that till now. He's carrying Ignite, not teleport. I don't know. It's because his mobility as Rumble. That makes sense. And he's got a bunch of minions to kill here. So you that afterburn going. There you go. Clear him out. Good stuff. So the teleport's gonna be down from Summit. I said it first. Skippity peanut butter or Jif. Jif. Am I right? Jif 100%.
Yeah, but like we said as well, TL wants to play really aggressive in the early game, and it's just kind of become this defensive game. Licorice is overheated, so I think he's fine in this trade. Looks like Summit has no cooldowns. But yeah, like I said, the early game for TL, they want to be aggressive, but Pioshik is just kind of trying to freeze every lane and help every lane, so it's turning into a game of like
River.
GG is just freezing.
Where are you clearing crabs and pulling around?
If this is the case and GG is just farming, they're winning.
Yeah, Pioshik feels like a bit of a
he's got.
running around the map trying to fix all the lay states.
You know, there's a reward there now. But yeah, Jif peanut butter is better than Skippity peanut butter. What even is Skippity? Skippy peanut butter? I've never had. I don't think I've had Skippy peanut butter before. What kind of question is that? Wait. There you go. Oof.
I mean, you have to remember though, it's only 5 minutes in, almost 6, and just a 700.
Oh, you switch your. I don't know Nico that well, but that's scary. Oh, did you copy someone else? Ultied and got this. Oh! Oh! Maybe River can turn around. River, let's go. Oh, and then run. Oh, maybe he won't even get it. He got it. He got it. Y'all can't see it, but he got it and died to Nico. And I'm having a refresh for y'all. Sorry. It has not been a good day for this. I don't know why. Y'all go at least watch replay, hopefully. So Corey almost gets out, but the flash for the secure, and then if their top laner wasn't rotating down, he would have had it and gotten out. But he gave it to Nico.
The game is kind of even out now. I think TL needs a few more of those to kind of get the game snowballing. Getting a dragon would be really good as well, and it looks like with the position of River that they will secure this one.
Looks like a copy of last game, but at least for your. I don't know. We'll see. It's looking better for our top laner, because last time we were losing CS.
Licorice has obviously ult, ignite, and flash, so I think it's a kind of tricky herald to get for TL now. I think they'll need to use their bot lane if they want to secure this one, and it's a really important objective for TL this game, so they can keep up the snowball.
It's a lot easier for Golden Guardians to secure it as well. Nature's Grasp is just such a huge area of effect spell to control the field. Even if you're not using it to engage, you can just use it to force Team Liquid off. So I imagine I'm in the same boat with you as well. Guardians seem favor for the Rift Trail taking.
Definitely feels like if both teams.
So I'm seeing ahead. I need to pause this for a second so I can get them lined up.
Can APA and Pioshik get onto a back line, start resetting through the fight? Because if you're just sitting there with a Maokai Rumble ult dropped on your head, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. The nice thing is that assist did help Summit actually grab his Merc Treads pretty quickly here, so it does make it a fair amount easier. Already 20 CS down though.
Bot lane, how are we doing bot? We're winning bottom as far as CS. Early CS. And now we're getting the Herald. Oof. Red Vision, they don't. Nah, River. So mid's coming up soon. He's trying not to make it obvious, but yeah, they both collapse on it. No, wrong one, wrong one, wrong one. Yeah. We're getting a Herald here. That's good. That keeps us in the CS lead. Oh, oh, the charm, the stun. Oh, that's good though. Don't continue. We have him recalling. That's good. Shove lane. Get the CS off the turret. He's gonna get out. Yeah. Good stuff. Turn around. Yeah. Mm, that's good. They're getting them to recall on bottom. Shove lane. Get some what do you call him? Your mom. That's what. I'm definitely a better jungle than you. Yeah, well, I don't play jungle, so I barely play wallet. What do I do? Whatever lane I play. I could be playing mid. I want to be better like ADC, but I'll 1v1 you jungle. How about that? Get you a team. Build you a team against my team. I'll win. And yeah, my stream keeps lagging. It's fine up on TV where I watch because I can see everything a lot better because I keep OBS open, but sadly today all day it's been lagging. And there we go. Secure that. And then get some plates off the turret. Come on. Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah. That's good though. So at least half the health. Probably 2 plates. You know what? Let's have a break off. My butt. We can chest that. And you say I can't, but we'll see. When's the last time you played? I mean, you've been playing League. I haven't been playing League at all. I've just started to get back into playing it. I watch it a lot. Does that count as like winning? And Dipasaur says, let's have a bake off. My buns are way better tasting than yours. I just side eye. Who's your main champion right now? Who do you main in jungle? Summit. Yeah, you played yesterday, damn. Yeah, but I watch esports. That means I'm better than you. If you say you still using Kane, I bet. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Now you got away.
Yeah, I think only Guardians as well just has a kind of
Ooh.
easier scaling draft, way easier front to back. They don't really have as weak side lanes as they did last time either.
Still Kane, my guy. Of course you do. Kane isn't meta. Never has been. Except for when he released. When he first came out, he's broken, but that's what they have to do, champions. They have to make him broken so people use him. And get another summit. And they can't even come back with it, though. Yeah. They got first turret. They've got the kill on that. So they're losing nothing out of this, really. It's a good trade. I'm gonna try to learn. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. I still have my notes of characters I want to learn how to play or want to use. That was one of them, and I also looked up like gen runes that someone was telling me. They were like explaining through a short what do you want to use against certain things. Hey, the focus good. So TL might get the dragon here because I don't think we're set up right for it. But they're recalling, so never mind. Yeah, but Nefiri, I want to learn how to play that because it looks good. I'm going for Golden Guardians, by the way. We're losing. We lost the last one. But I wouldn't be upset if TL goes to play for NA. Because they can. They're probably the best shot we got. But I want Golden Guardians to win anyway. Trinity Force built already by Jungle. Already got it ready. Okay. Weird. Slowly coming up. Yep. Yeah. We have. I don't think. Does either team have vision on that yet? We're setting up for Dragon, but not for Herald. They have. Yeah, the TL has all the vision on it right now. Teleport down from mid, and then APA's teleport's about to come back up here in a few seconds. Total gold, let's go. Licorice isn't as far ahead as I hoped he would have been. Because if Licorice can snowball, then it's done. Because that's what happened the last game I watched them play against against Energy. I think was it Energy or is that who we watched SAFC 9? Ooh, oh, he's out. Got the teleport. He was so close to stopping that. Who's your okay, if you had what champion should I learn and which lane should I play, since I play mid but I do ADC and support. I started off in support. Wait, what lane are you still doing dip? Yeah. Let's see who Dipisaurus is playing now. So all the plates are done. Did they grab? They did, didn't they? They grabbed the Rift Herald while I was looking. Trying to do top, you know. You did top lane for a while. I'm trying to think what you played when we last. I think you were doing top when we last played a while back. So. Oh, support main. Yeah, that's right. You play top a little bit though. I know that much. Not consistently, but. Dude, thrash. What? Oh. Bruh. You can talk. You can speak for yourself, JJ. But me? Nah, I was good. And I was a better support anyway. Put me as Thresh. I was a better support than Tiposaurus. And that one, I'll talk smack about being better than JJ at jungling. Obviously, I'm not. But as a support, I swear I was a better support as a Thresh than anything Tiposaurus had going. Oh lord, they got caught out. They got out. Oh. I was a good Ari. I was a good for mid. And yeah, it was. I don't mind going 80s. That's what I'm saying. If you want to do some supporting for me, I would be the better support. But or maybe you could use one of your top laners and just run him bot as an ADC. Yeah, we got Dragon, thank God. Mid lane teleport spot come up. And top lane didn't carry a teleport, which is weird. But they're going okay, well there you go. So they're gonna have 2, we're going to 2. We have the gold lead still. Even after this, we're gonna have a good gold lead. Okay, well, let me go to support then. Go play again. I'll go support. I'll go either. I'm trying to get supports I use a lot. Thresh. I use Thresh for Khan. I can even go a brand just for the fun of it. Who else is there? I'm trying to think of the other champions I use. Give me a sec. I'm looking into it. There's one I've been wanting to learn how to use. Oh, poop. I just pulled it out of it. Where's the game? Oh, what's going on? This game 1. I want to see game 1. Here it is. I feel like he could still be a good AC. Ellie. A Leona? I would want to learn Leona. Uh-oh. Hey, they can turn around though. They turn around. I know they can. Especially APA being caught out right here. But they're I don't know what he's done there. An Alistar? I would like to get Alistar. I think I have a good skin for Alistar. They could have turned around, but they messed it up. With their support being the last one alive. Penta! Okay. Hey, we got the gold from that. I haven't seen that in a minute. That was good. I've not seen a Penta in esports in a minute. Alright. Teleports in. Yeah. Because I thought Gory had that. Yon was good next. But APA pulled up and ultied all of them. I think he hit every single one of them. Yon still living somehow. He's playing defensively since he has a range there. You see that? Ah, damn. And he goes in for the kill. But we get the what's it called? Oh, I can't even think about it. The gold bounty off him. So they didn't choose a character I was wanting to play or learn how to play. Can I not vote on the next game, game 2? I think since wait, can I like? I guess I can't vote. But well, but yeah, no. If I went as a support, as a Thresh support with him, we would win. I guess you guys Kane. No, I see you guys a Master Yi again. Cause you can destroy Kane, but I want to see some more. Now we're just beating at this point. It wasn't good. We're all back up. Go back to lane. Stop messing around. Thank you. Oh my god. Told you the ADC ruined us. You're kidding me. We're feeding. Not one of our champions or one of our players is positive KD right now. That's game 2, like that. Just like that. With Baron, they got Summit out at least. Maybe. He can run. There with the oh, good dodge. There you go. Still no one's positive KD though. And then they have Baron pushing our inhibitor. They're smart enough to back out of that. It's not good. This isn't good for anyone. Maybe we weren't meant to win this. They have 5 turrets, we got 3. Does it mean it's impossible for us? No. Well, but there goes feeding in. They're not. They're not thinking mindless right now in their mind. And they're just stop that. Malphite. With the ulti, why would you? That's game. That's game 2. Done. It's done. It's 20-something seconds till they come back. You don't have enough. With that stun, you... Yeah, turrets are gone. They don't win. Just get back. Yeah, get back. Thank you. Save your... That's game 2. That's just sad. Alright, we're going to continue the... Let's see if we... Hopefully when I restart this download, it doesn't, Hopefully it doesn't... It's going to actually pop up, yeah. Hopefully restarting this download doesn't, you complete restart it. Because it's going to ask for update. And apparently I need to use Discord to actually play. But I added someone that... Let me send him my, my stream, actually. Did it say that I'm... Yeah, it says league. Well... I used to cleanse on that ulti. Just to make it not matter. So we have this going. Is it showing my mouse? It should be, but... Yep, there's game 2. Send it over to them. We're going to lose it. I don't know. That was fast, too. How long was that game? I'm trying to look at it now. Game 2. How long did that take? Then how much of the time is it? Overview. Overview. I don't even know. 23 minutes, I think it was. 23 minutes for game 2. Game 1 was 30 minutes. So they're relatively fast games. Last one was not as dominant as this one. They just got the right team fight at the right time, and it pulled through on their end. They lucked out, or yeah, they lucked out. Oh, where's my food at? It just keeps getting pushed back because it's preparing my order. Okay. Disappointment all around. While we wait, we can watch this unravel. It's gonna reload, yeah. God. That was sad. No, I need to stop closing it out like that. I need to just pop this up. That was sad. And it's happening again, so we can go back. So I'll pop up here in a second so y'all can see what's happening. The Penta, y'all get to rewatch that here in a second. Yeah, you can see. Okay, maybe it's not going to show y'all again. Oh, I'm still watching up here. Am I live? Are y'all caught up? No, well, y'all going. No, y'all aren't. Y'all are nowhere close to being caught up. Yep, let me restart at least that. So we'll go straight to the beginning. This is a problem with this whole fight. Let me see if I can watch with y'all so I can kind of figure out what happened there. So the ulti up top, they take it quarter health. So they focused one, got them. Yeah, we got turret. Then didn't we didn't focus that bit. Focus the damage, got it. And then the snipe from up here, along with we're letting this guy go bottom. We continue to push lane when we should have just went down and committed to that. Plus that ulti there. Right here, the knockup. And then out. And a snipe from down here from Yuri right here. Watch this. Right about, well, once he pushes back up. Right there. Tons of damage. Did he flash over? flash over. Damage, continuing to chase, and then it was just pretty much over from there. Let's go ahead and listen to what they were saying because they were breaking it down.
I also like the little sneak in of like you hear like all Korean and then like the good job APA and then
Together.
So they're gonna break down the whole thing for us.
I enjoy there. Yes, there's one point about the commentary or like the comms that are there, but also just give it up to Pyosik. He's having an insane series. He's doing really well throughout the playoffs. That's the first pentakill for a jungler in LCS history. That's insane to see from him. I was worried with 100 Thieves bustering out. I was like, damn, maybe we won't see that great Viego play. No, it's right here.
Yeah, I mean the Viego has been
It's not good,
really
yo.
strong pick for them, and obviously we did talk a little bit about GG's draft going into this. Is a lot more standard look, right? You have the Maokai set up for the Rumble ult for Tristana and Zeri kind of firing off the backline, and they just got impatient, kind of like what Treat said, right? Like, and as soon as this play did not end up going their way, they give the pentakill over to Pyosik. We come back after the replay, they're already at Baron. And that was kind of the game-losing fight. We're gonna start in the more towards the beginning.
Okay.
And take a look. Yeah.
Here we go. Now the breakdowns.
Some of these plays did end up going. So I guess there was a little bit more mid lane attention here.
Right here, the ulti.
In this game.
They traded here, but then they lost because it's 2-1. Because the top lane comes down.
Yes, and they get 2 kills here with Summit rotating. So like that was nice to see. Even with Summit losing a little bit of CS.
The seat is so uncomfortable. Need the.
On the same page and trying to get an advantage in mid lane. I will say one thing that Gory's been able to do.
This is good. They had so many collapses, but
lead, like 30 CS in
that's the second. I think they had 2 of those. Yeah.
Pretty sizable here, but Pyosik being able to find a gank there was great. This is something we wanted to talk about though.
Yeah, yeah, and one thing, I mean, this is a repeat dive. I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Let's go back a little bit.
I can't tell because they're both the same.
They're very same setup.
Anyway, like we're going back, and we talked at the top of day about like, okay, how much do we think they actually will attack top side, right? And here I am gonna go.
Because the point that I wanted to talk about was the fact that in Spring Split, we saw a team like 100 Thieves that surprised a lot of squads with random swaps. Like, swapping lanes when you see an angle. In this case, Rumble does really well in a 1v2 just because he can use his ulti to buy more time on a cannon wave and just generally get more experience. And if you're the one that's setting up the swap initially, enemy top laner doesn't really have a clue on a slow pushing wave, so he just loses out so much. So in this instance, he dies on the first one. They go for it again when Rumble is bot lane.
It's not good, y'all.
Another thing, a small point that I wanted to point out was that when Rumble was making the trek bot lane, it was good to see Kai'Sa and Rel basically stand in between 2 turrets to push him off. Now in this case, this is much later on, but earlier on, Rakan escorted him to the wave. So I thought this was great from Golden Guardians early to get the lead that we saw in the graphic.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the
teleport. So I got it.
as we, of course, have to.
That's where it really fell apart. Because the ulti there.
The repeat setup topside, swapping away from where you do have tempo with the Rumble to donate that to Stixxay, getting him ahead, and then it all comes undone.
That's where they knew they're done.
I do wonder what kind
because
of draft
if he could add a little bit more damage, it might have worked. He could have got the kill there.
Draft diff as much as a like we're a little too hyphy. The execution is.
How are we doing this game?
Yeah, I think Team Liquid is just team fighting better, and that's the
33%.
thing about it. Now we're at match point. The fact that Team Liquid in both games have just been specific.
Come on. Oh well. That's what got all that. Well, we'll continue updating this while we wait for that. But I have to see what kind of decks I want to build. I'm not gonna lie, this isn't good. Maybe we can see a turnaround. Maybe they'll replace because they have a backup character. We're waiting for this to finish. Getting a little rowdy out there. Okay. Show more replays of our team losing it all. Maybe we can get this done. Maybe we'll play a little bit of this. We'll see. Okay. How long will this take? I don't know. Is this per percent? I guess so. Watch it percent by percent. I'll just have ads playing for products. Entertaining stuff, I know. Let's see if we can find something else on YouTube that could be entertaining while that's loading. Because we might have to stop and just come back and watch it. What's this? They're replaying the Golden Guardians versus. No, that's just a different. Okay. Huh. It was a month ago. Try look for some. Double lift is back? Okay. This could be good. This could bad. This could be good. It's a 2-hour long video. What is this? Double lift played? Okay, it's just sneaky watching the videos. So I don't have all my videos that I usually watch up here because I'm on this channel. This isn't like my main channel. Y'all want to scour the internet with me? We could do that. That's not even available. Because that's not even showing the whole video. Okay. Create, add, window capture, browser full, and then we'll add that. Okay. I hit okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, it's another minute till that's actually up. Okay, we want to do it this way. We want to kind of have a bar there. But this is what my YouTube is showing me right now. Let's watch my buddy's streams. It's got 2 people watching. It's one of my buddies I met a while back. Tim. What does Tim have as far as videos? Maybe we can react one of those while this is going on. He's seen all these already. What about second channel? Golf streams? Hey, that's something that I would love to see. I don't know if y'all watch a lot of Tim, but I think that'd be good. See if we can load this up. Will it load up? An ad. Joy.
It's time.
Yeah. Wait for the ad. Let me pause it for a while so we can actually load it up. Do a better quality. video. But buffer for a while. Okay. Time to talk about streams coming up. Hey, what's going on here? There we go. My whole stream's just being slow, the stuff, but we'll wait for that.
Morning, good afternoon. We got a banger for y'all today, baby. I've kind of hinted about this in the past, but I genuinely do, and I'm actually taking steps towards wanting to do a golf stream, maybe even kind of regularly. I talk about my ideas here. On top of that, we talk about the potential of some golf merch as well. If you would actually love to see the golf streams, be sure to comment down below and just leave a like on this video. On top of that, hit the sub button here if you're new. But most importantly, be sure to tell somebody you love them. All right, I'll catch you in the next one. $50 from TK. Yo, Tim, we need golf gear. It's definitely worth getting the team to make it happen.
If he released golf gear, I would consider playing golf.
I'll bring it up on the phone call tonight. I'll say, guys, my chat will not shut the fuck up about golf gear. Can we talk about it? And they'll probably be like, Tim, it's going to have to be a little more expensive. I mean, guys, you understand what you're asking for? Listen to me. I have bought golf polos like Bad Birdie. Have you guys heard of that company? Bad Birdie.
I have no clue.
And they're
I don't know anything about golf whatsoever. But if he released golf gear, I would get it and I would look into playing golf. That's the only reason I would play. They're going to Champ Select, but we're gonna watch this instead.
I'm pretty sure their polos are like 70 or 80 bucks a pop. So like, here's my problem. If I actually were to A, get a good material, and B, make a good quality, it's going to be expensive, bro.
Yep.
Like, I would almost say 80 to 90 as far as golf gear goes. You know what I mean? Tim, you're a millionaire. Are you guys not
Tim,
listening to what I'm saying?
it's gonna be expensive for us.
I am talking about me selling a $90 polo t-shirt for golf. That's what I'm talking about. Does that make sense? Because so many people, like the last couple days, I've probably gotten, I'm not even kidding, I've probably gotten $500 in donos of people saying, hey, you got some golf gear? And it's like, if I were to make it, I'd want it to be good quality, you know? Like
But expensive
like
for us.
birdie polo or something. So, I mean, I'll talk to the team about it, but I'm trying to tell y'all, they're going to be expensive, bro. Like,
And then
90 bucks probably if we do it.
That's when I would consider not getting it, because for a polo, I don't even wear collared shirts. What I'm wearing now, let me see here. What I'm wearing now is usually what I would wear. Let me see if I can. Yeah, they're all stuck like that. Let me unstick this one for a second so I can show y'all what I'm wearing. This, it's the kind of t-shirts I wear. It's a Leatherface. But yeah. So I don't ever wear polos or collared shirts or anything like that. But yeah. So I might not get it. We'll see.
Tim the Tap Man, like Kevin golf polo shirt. I mean, maybe it's something where it's like you make it a limited option. I don't know. You just make a limited amount of golf polos. Maybe we just do like, I don't even know. This kind of comes down to what my merch usually sells as, but someone goes, I'll give you $5.
Sounds right.
Don't make it that much. But Cody, are you listening to me, Cody? The problem is, this is the problem with merch. Do you guys understand? This is the problem. I talked about this yesterday. I release a higher quality shirt or an item, and it costs more money. And people say, Tim, how could you charge people 40 to 50 bucks for a hoodie when it's a better quality hoodie? Then you hear the flip end of it, and you go cheaper, and you sell a $20 to $30 hoodie, and then people go,
Tim, how could you sell this trash quality?
Like, it's...
There was who was on a hoodie that I was looking to get. Moist Critical had one, I think it was. I don't even think, who was it? They were talking. Whistling Diesel. He had a nice hoodie that I thought about getting, but I decided not to. But it looked good. It's apparently really good quality. He put it through the ringer too. You know how Whistling Diesel does his stuff. He had to do a durability test on it. I think he did like a certain amount of washes on it, and it still held up. So kind of lit.
Dude, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, merch is annoying, bro. It's just annoying because no matter what, Ninja's in my chat and he says 40 to 50 for a hoodie is dog shit quality. So now you know where Ninja's at, bro. I golfed yesterday, Ty. I got a true birdie, bro. Chat, we went golfing last night. Par 5. Man, I tell you what. Par 5, drive, center of the fairway. I bust out my hybrid. I'm like 270 away from the hole. My hybrid, I need you guys to understand. When I swing my hybrid, it is a 90% chance I'm gonna chip it.
Not a chipper though. If he uses a chipper, he's done.
100 yards off the green.
I have no clue anything about golf, but I just heard him talk about it, right?
I almost nut. I literally almost nut. Chat, you know why I know I need to start streaming golf? Listen to this moment that happened yesterday. Chat, this is the funniest shit I've ever seen. I swear to God. I swear, I need to start. The content that would come from our golf streams. Oh, did I say hybrid? I meant 3-wood. I'm sorry, 3-wood. 3-wood, guys. Did I say hybrid? My 3-wood.
I don't know what any of this means. I know what chippers and putters.
Driver to center of the fairway,
And
3-wood.
I know what irons are. I don't know what they do, but I know what they is.
And then shit done. Listen, ask Kane Brown. He saw the whole thing. Okay, guys. Here is how I know that I need to start streaming. Tim, that's worse. That's ass. Can you guys just let me live my life? I got a true birdie. Okay, I got a true birdie. Okay, I don't know how far my 3-wood or my hybrid go. All I'm gonna tell you is I got it in on a par 5 and 4 hits. All right. Holy shit. Anywho, here's why I know I need to stream it. That happened yesterday, and I freaked out because I actually got a true birdie. It was, dude, the putt. You guys should have seen it, man. Okay, we were on a par 3. Okay, and the way this par 3 works is the tee box is like here. Okay, there's probably a couple more boxes. We're playing not the tips, but we're playing. It's the second one from the tips or whatever. I can't remember. We're playing from whatever that's called. So you have the pro tees, right? So we're not playing that. It's the one in front of the pro tees because obviously we're not pro. So it's right here. The way that the hole works. No, it's not the whites, bro. Blues, isn't that what it's called? Ladies tee. Okay.
Ladies tee.
We're hitting off this, and then there's like 1, 2, 3, I think in front, maybe even 4 if you include the kids. You guys are getting me distracted. Can you guys stop? You guys are getting me distracted. All right. The bottom line is the pros are here. We're at the one in front of the pros. Bottom line. Okay. So the way the whole
Searching for a dasher.
is, I'm actually gonna put this on paint because I think you guys need to fully understand what. Let me see. I'm really bad at art. I never passed art, but I'm gonna try this. Okay. So tee box is here. All right. The way the hole works.
Watch it be another one of this.
Like this is grass. So it's kind of like from here, it's like there's more tee box and grass, right? So grass, okay? And then tee box is here, okay? This is water, all right? So, and then up here, like this is the hole, basically, all right? And it's a par 3, okay?
It makes more sense now.
Right? So we're here, okay? X. We're hitting off this, and just so you guys know too, there's like a road here.
This is overview. That's why I had confused to start.
So here's what happens. So this is the setting, okay? It looks like you drew a boob. Whatever, guys.
So dumb.
The par 3, Dennis tees up, okay? I think just to give you an idea, I think it was 135 or 140, all right? Dennis tees the ball.
Very young game. I don't even care.
And he hits it. And his ball, I don't know how he did this. His ball doesn't even bounce here. It literally goes just straight into the water. How do you undo? Whips, Control Z.
Control Z.
Literally arced. He like topped it. So he tops it. It doesn't even remotely go near grass. And it just makes this right into the water. Bam. Huge splash. Like he crushed it, basically. All right. So Dennis hits this thing right into the water. Right. So we're all kind of chuckling. We're laughing a little bit, which is funny. There's a brief pause, like when it happens, and we're kind of laughing. And then the chuckle stops. From over here, we hear, "Hey, buddy, nice shot." Fucking car, and the guy was driving and saw Dennis's shot, and literally it was so bad that he felt the need to roast fucking Dennis, literally, bro.
Okay. Let's get into this game. That's funny. I'm gonna like be OD with that. Is it? Okay.
It's gonna walk over a ward, but they saw that ward, so
Let's turn quality back down because I don't trust. I now have this download going on. It's gonna be worse.
Momentarily, knowing that Pioshik did just contest him on that red buff, he'll still be on the bot side of the map there, and both bot lanes do have their scoop to heal up with, so it should be fine after that trade.
As called out, Pioshik was there in case they needed a counter gank, but Jan is going to get the early reset here, finding that Kerchai shard, a little bit of extra pushing power here, as Core JJ still trying to around to make sure that the wave doesn't completely crash.
It's kind of a flip.
Yeah, I'm a whole minute behind up here.
TL had the wave in a predicament state, and now it's the side of Golden Guardians who really needs to shove this in, and they're not sure where Viego is, so I think they just kind of have to flip it and go for the big
Yeah, it's lagging bad.
That's really nice with Zarakan is that you can just ask Zarakan stand in the lane and base and then let the Zaya join you and kind of get a
Well, we're lined up now.
that way. And looks like Hui's
I have a feeling it says download, but I don't want to stop download because we're already. How far are we into it? 55%. I want to get it done. But yeah, it's definitely making it lag. You know what we're going to do? I'm not going to look at what the ending of this is going to be. We'll look at that later. I'm going to go and stop it from up here. We'll. I might have to watch this on my own. Y'all have to watch it on y'all's own too. So we're not going to watch it today because it's just lagging too much. But I might stream later. To play this card game. If as soon as I get figured out, when I get it figured out, then we'll get that going. Cause I gotta practice, or maybe I'll see me start from start to end, just getting back into it, building a deck, everything. Cause right now, let's see where's it at as far as being done. It's still loading. We're at 61%, but we're going to end the stream early today because is my food even being picked up yet? No, no one's picking up my food yet. What if I bump that your receipt? Yeah, there's a tip on it, good tip. So let's see if anyone actually picks it up. It's probably gonna be another trend of not picking up my stuff like they always do, because for whatever reason that's why I stopped using DoorDash for a long time. It's because they never got my food. But yesterday I used it and it came pretty fast. Day before that, one of my friends was ordering food for us while we were at work, and it came fast, as fast as it could. You would assume it to. But yeah. But yeah, we're going to. See, it's loading faster. Maybe we could do this today. No. Alright, I might start streaming back up later with a different title, whatever. But this was 2 out of 3 of the games. I'm going to watch this by myself now and get ready for hopefully for me to stream this in a little bit. But or I might play Fortnite with the buddies. I don't know. Some guys saying that they wanted to play tonight. We'll see. But yeah. Alright, dudes. I'm head out. So I'll see y'all later. Hopefully y'all have a good day.